Hi guys, it's Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with another card tutorial for our Scrappy Advent calendar. I hope you guys are enjoying our December series so far. As I said in probably every video, and I'll say it again for every video of December, this is our favourite time of the year, my favourite time of the year. And we love doing our Scrappy Advent calendar. I think it's become definitely the highlight for us of the year, and it's a lot of fun. It really is a lot of fun. It does mean Jess and I get basically scrapbooking supplies for Christmas every year, so nobody can complain about that. And this year we've decided for our homemade gifts, because you will have realised by now, we alternate our advent calendar with one homemade gift and one purchased gift for the whole month. So we end up with 12 homemade gifts and 12 purchased gifts. So yeah, it's so much fun. It's a lot of fun, and we just love it a lot. So you can see here I am making some birthday themed cards. Again, and I've said this probably for every video, it is using older Stampin' Up supplies, but you can use this same technique using any supplies that you have at home. And these are candles that I'm stamping out now, and I'm just using a kind of teal colour, a sort of raspberry type colour, and a yellow. No, green, lime green. And then I am stamping out the flame with yellow, of course. That's the closest I have to a flame colour. And yeah, I am stamped out, as I said, 3 candles onto, I've got a round circle die that I've cut out using the stitched circles. I will leave the measurements for the cut out pieces of paper in the description box down below. I'm stamping my sentiment onto little strips of lime green cardstock, and my sentiment just says happy birthday. And I've tried to pick a colour scheme that could work for anyone. So these are definitely not intended for a specific gender of person. They are definitely could be used for anyone. So I think that's all the stamping that I have to do for this card. So I'm sort of packing my stamps away and we'll leave them to the side there. And then I'm going to put the card together. So I like to do my stamping first, if you haven't already realised. And that is mainly because I like to then give the stamping time to dry so I don't accidentally smudge it. I find I get quite messy when I stamp. So yeah, I quite like leaving it to dry a little bit first. So I've got some white cardstock, which I'm using as a card mat, and I've used a lime green cardstock as the background, or the card base, I should say. Again, I use an A4 cardstock that I just cut in half. So that's that. And then I've got these strips of pattern paper, and they've got like very birthday theme on one side and the other side. And the birthday theme is like a real photo type, like a real image, not a kind of pattern paper image. So one is donuts, and then one is, what do you call those things that you put on top of presents? Like gift wrapped ribbon, like the pre-made gift bows. Anyway, that's what it is. And I chose to use the sort of more picture looking side of the pattern paper because I liked it. I thought it worked well. I'm going to add a little bit of ribbon, like I have done, I think, for all of my cards so far. Again, the lime green ribbon that's the same colour as the cardstock. And then I've just got a black ribbon that I'm adding in over the top, again, just for a bit of contrast. So I just think the ribbon adds a nice touch. Does anybody else make cards and just add ribbon to everything? I do. I have to say, have quite a large stash of ribbon, and so I like the idea of using it. And so there's that too that's kind of in the background, that I just know that I'm using my supplies up, and that's what I'm aiming to do. The ribbon spools, is that the right word? Take up a lot of room anyway, so I like to think that I'm using them. And then some black ribbon here that I'm layering on top of the lime green. And then I'm going to add a cute little doily. Again, these are from Stampin' Up. I don't know if you can still get them actually, but they're like a pearl sort of shiny finish on one side and a matte finish on the other. So I'm using the pearl finish face up. I cover most of it with the white sentiment, or the white stitched circle shape, because they're a perfect fit. So just the kind of edge of the doily will peek out. And just again add a little bit of interest. I don't like my cards necessarily to be too, well, I like a balance. I like some cards that are definitely a little more fancy than others, because there's certainly people in my life who appreciate a nice handmade card. But I think there's others who are probably less into cards. And look, my partner is one of them. He thinks cards are a waste of money. So I don't tend to go all out if I'm making a card for him for birthday or Father's Day or whatnot. So there are definitely people who just appreciate a card, but don't tend to hang on to things like that, like maybe some of our scrapbooking friends might. And these cards are good for those kind of occasions. So I'm just cutting little banners, fishtails, is that what you call them, into the ends of these sentiments, and then just popping them up on foam and adding them. So the bottom of the cardstock is a little, the bottom of the candles that I stamped out is a bit messy, but I wasn't that worried because I knew that my sentiment strip would cover that. So you can see me here just adding, again, the fishtails and then popping up the sentiment on foam. And then we're totally done. Absolutely done. So I really like these. I think they're very effective, cute, nice and bright. As I said, could be used for any gender. Adding a little bit of wink of stella to the flame, and then I add it to the actual candle, and that was a mistake. So you will see that it runs, the ink runs a little bit when you add the wink of stella, which is totally okay except for the like raspberry colour, and then I dropped a big blob onto one of the blue ones and it ran a bit. It's fine. These things happen. They're handmade. There's always going to be some imperfections. But I should have just left the wink of stella on the yellow flame, really. But I was just, a bit keen. So we are all finished. Thank you so much for watching. Definitely go and check out Jess's opening video. Here is the close-up so you can see the cards in a lot more detail. And we look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye.